Hi, my name is Shane. I am the founder of Your Beautiful Child, and I am here with Mapping Your Family Success. So, I invite you to begin just by getting clear, maybe turning your body, feeling your feet flat on the floor, and gently I invite you to close your eyes. And bring both hands to your belly, or one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. And just take in the idea, the fact that you showed up on this class, in this mailing list, so that you can plan ahead for your family. It's very powerful. And right now is the most powerful moment because you get to make a choice. So just breathe into the idea that you have a choice, that there is a choice, that you have choices. And I really believe with support, anything is possible. And I've witnessed that in my own life. And gently exhale with a sigh. And I want to share that every beginning of the year as a business owner, I create my own map. And last year, the map that I created came to fruition. And I know that could be considered like BS, but the truth is, I wrote a certain lifestyle I wanted to live, and it included the home I wanted to live in, which I'm in. It included the salary that I wanted to earn. And it includes certain friendships and relationships. And they're fluid, you know, nothing is like always exactly how it's supposed to look in my head. But essentially, everything that I wanted, I got. And I got just really inspired about how this can play out in a family dynamic as well. So I'll show you, I'm going to hold off on showing you my map because I want you to create your own. I will show it to you along the way though. So for me and for you, you can have your markers. I have gold and purple. And you can take out glitter, you can use crayons, pencils, or maybe just a pen. But the idea is for you to have more fun looking at it. So if you have fun, I'll show you quickly. If you have fun, get your glitter glasses on with glitter, such as I do, then you'll want to dazzle it up. Now, if I could move this camera and show you, I have glitter all over my floor. And I'll vacuum it, and I kind of like it there. But if you're the type of person that does not like a mess, then you can use the glitter glue. I'll show you a couple of examples. And you can get really fancy colors. And there's no shake. You just glitter it on. And these are really important for me to have just so I can really love what I'm looking at. Some other suggestions to get yourself ready is to have your candle nearby. Perhaps you can have some flowers. Basically, make your area nice. If you're real wild and crazy, you can have your mask nearby. And these are all, if you're doing this and you have a family, you have children, they relate to fun. So the more fun you have in making this, and you can be any age, you can be a grandmother. The more fun you have in making this, the more real, the more true it will be, and the more it will come to fruition. So I have this class set up so that you can make your map as you're doing it. Sorry, this bothers me. So maybe you're the kind of person that needs to write it all out beforehand. Here's what I want you to make a choice of. If you're the kind of person that writes out all your answers beforehand, do you have enough time to have a complete map? Because I want you to have the result of having this map. So if you have all the writing and you don't ever get to finish it with the artwork, then that doesn't feel good. If you want to do the entire map as we're speaking, you can pause this along the way so that you can have a complete map by the end of class. I like that idea. And then if you want to redo it, you can. But the idea is to get it done so you have a complete map. Okay, so you have your items. Now, as for paper, it's completely up to you. You can use regular 8.5 by 11 paper. You can use a manila folder, opens up. I just had a flashback of when I was in school and I did that. Anyway, you can also use a bigger paper, like a cardstock type paper. And if you're feeling extra crafty, you can decorate the paper first and then put your paper on top. Basically, do it any way you like, but get it done. Okay. So, to begin, I sent it out on my email list for you to have a declaration. And what that means is, what do you want to take a stand for in your family? Do you have a declaration of love for your family? Do you want to state a declaration that you will do your very best and that's enough? Do you want to have a declaration that everything you do with your family is just enough? Because there's this epidemic of parents and of all people that feel not enough, that feel like whatever they do, there's always more. It could have been done better. It should have been done blah, blah, blah. And so we are not allowing the word should anywhere. Don't should on yourself. So I suggest to you is to come up with a declaration. The easiest one is love. It could be patience, curiosity. These are some of my favorite. Relaxation, playfulness. So what is your declaration? Or if it's easier, what is your intention? What do you want to bring to your family this year in every single area? So maybe you pause right now. Maybe you need to think about that. Maybe you take a breath, tune in, and ask yourself, what is my intention for my family this year? And come up with your word. So I suggest that you put that word in the middle. Now again, we have 1, 2, 3, we have 4 topics. Not again, I didn't say that. We have 4 topics, 4 themes we're going to break down. So that could be 4 quadrants. That could be 4 spaces. Maybe you don't want a box or a shape. You can put it in clouds. You can leave it totally open. It's up to you. I put it in little boxes like this. They're not really boxes, they're shapes. But you can put it any way you like. And when I say leave it open air, maybe you can outline it in a word, or you can let it be open and free. It's up to you. And you don't have to decide right this minute, but I do want to give permission for you to do it in the moment and not think about it too much. Okay, moving right along. So I want you to keep your body really present, which means like if you start to hunch over and like give yourself a shoulders back, maybe shake out your hands, flutter out your lips, shake off your day. If you're doing this at night, I notice some tension in my wrists. Give your wrists some love. Give your fingers some love. Charge up your hands, creating heat before you pick up your markers and pens. And then when your hands are warm, take your warm hands, place them onto your paper. Take a deep breath in and think about or say out loud your intention. Relaxation. And then remove your hands. And then your paper is charged. Okay, so the first quadrant or the first topic or theme is health. So you can write the word health. Have a beverage of your choice. I have my little cute Buddha. So if you have a tea, or if you can ask someone to bring it to you, that would be great. Okay, so health, this is your health. Okay, so the two pieces underneath health, the first one is feel. How do you want to feel in 2017? Pick the first top 5 words. Again, it could be similar to your intention. It could be the ones that were almost your intention but didn't quite make it. So relaxed, playful, easy. You want to feel peace of mind. So write down everything you want to feel in your body. Strong, confident, knowledgeable. Just freely write it. Now, if you're writing right on your map, it can be a list. It can be floating words. Follow your intuition. You cannot mess this up. Okay? And you might start to feel like, oh, I don't like it. I'm messing it up. I don't care. Go straight through it. Then you can re-look at it. As a lot of women mostly are like, oh, it's not perfect. It's not the way I want it to be. It's not what I envisioned. And you know what? Most of life is not exactly how you envision it. So just write it, however. Okay. So now also take into consideration not only the colors that you're using, but maybe the way you're writing. So I'll give you a couple of examples with the word love. So it's backwards, but you can put little balls on the end like that. You can do, let's see, bubble letters. You can write script. Whatever makes you happy, but just take into consideration that you have choices in how you're writing. Later on, you can come back if you're feeling really creative and paint over it with watercolor. You can put dots, you can put your glitter, wherever. But in the meantime, you're just writing about how you want to feel in 2017 in your health. And then put the top 3 actions in health that you want to add. And I suggest that everybody put action, water. It's the easiest thing that most people just forget to do. So under the actions in health, you can put whatever you want, the top 3, but water is one of them, and it can be a goal. So here's where we're going to get a little into the masculine energy. The action is the doing, right? So the feeling is the feminine energy, and the masculine is the doing. So write down 3 actions you want to be consistent at, you want to be responsible for, or accountable for. You know, exercise could be one of them, but you could keep it really simple, like drink water, eat more greens, and take walks. You know, top 3 actions. And you can pause if you need more time. Take a breath. Exhale. This is a recording. You can always go back. The second quadrant or the second topic is joy. Joy/fun. I'm going to add that because I think they're separate and related. So joy and fun, your fun, your joy, not your children's joy. We're going to get to them. So what do you want to feel when you're doing something joyful in your life? And if you don't have anything, this could be an imaginary, like your ideal. Do you want to feel free? Do you want to feel beautiful? Do you want to feel carefree, unapologetic? Do you want to feel expansive, creative? Do you want to feel calm? Do you want to feel relaxed? Do you want to feel connected? Do you want to feel alone? So write how you want to feel when you're doing things that are joyful or fun. Okay. And I like the number 5 and 3. So you can decide. I like 5 feelings, 3 actions. You can always add more. And you can go back and add more. But let's start here so you have a complete chart. And this class will be around an hour. And so if you feel that I'm speaking fast, I want to make sure we get this all in, and I'm very fully aware that time is always of the essence. Okay, so under joy and fun, I want you to write 3 actions that bring you joy. Now, this is the joy that rises up in your body. Now, shopping could be one of them. It's tricky because sometimes shopping is an avoidance of feelings. It could be a spa. It could be a dance class. It could be nap. It doesn't have to be physical actions. It's something that brings you joy that you have fun doing. It could be taking a bath. It does not have to be spending money. And I want you to really pay attention if you only experience joy through your children. And I want to bring awareness that your fun and your joy that has nothing to do with your children is what makes being a parent easier. And if you've experienced my talks before or any of my classes, you know I fully believe in that. Because if you are only joyful when watching or being with your children, it creates codependency. Sometimes it's a big codependent situation, sometimes it's minimal, but it adds pressure to your children. And you want to be a role model. You want to live the way you want them to live. You need to show them that you have joy. Okay. Take a breath in. Maybe raise your arms up. Give yourself a stretch. Rotate your wrists. Take a break if you need. Maybe smooth your eyebrows out. Give yourself a little temple massage. The next theme is relationships. Your relationships. And so this one's a little different. So in relationships, this part's the same. How do you want to feel? Respected. And this could be relationships with your children, but you're not writing out certain people. This is your non-negotiable desire of how you want to feel in all your relationships. And I'll ramble off very intentionally some feelings of how would be great to feel in relationships. And you can take them, or you can create your own, or you can use them as part of brainstorming. So you can feel receptive, appreciated, acknowledged, enjoyed, seen, understood, heard, loved, valued. Let's see what else. Desired, respected, powerful, calm, fun. And now, under relationships, it's a little tweak of a difference, but I want to know, what would you like to receive in relationships? And it might be an overlap of what you've wanted to feel in relationships. But when I say receive, it could be something very tangible. Like, I want to receive flowers from people I'm relating to. It could be gifts. It could be support. So it could be a little esoteric about what you want to receive, but tune into what that is. And again, 3 to 5 more later if you want, or if you just have a flood of them coming. You want to receive energy. You want to receive respect. So they could be similar. Great. And again, if you need more time, boop, you can hit pause. I remember the first time I did one of these teleclasses, and I had heard someone else say you could hit pause. I was like, oh, what a great offering. It's like, I forget how easy it is in a class to just offer these things that seem so obvious when it wasn't so obvious to me. And so what else that means is maybe you could do half this today and half tomorrow. But know like what typically happens if you don't finish it in one sitting is it's one of the other things that gets put off. So what I want to show you about mine is, so I have these 4 quadrants and I have my middle words, which are love and joy. And then I have like these avenues, I see them as roads, that I also want to be integrated into the whole thing. And my roads say freedom and high vibration. And then I really like the balance of the masculine and feminine. So you can go on, keep creating. And I also want to share with you, before we move on to the last theme, is you can share this with your children. You can call a family meeting. I don't care if your daughter's 16, 18, or your grandmother. You can try and do something new. And even if everybody's looking at you with a stink face, like, what are we doing? Do it anyway. It's always possible to create a new pattern in your family. And even if you're a single mom and you have a daughter, if you're a single dad, I don't care. You can really, really connect when it's from your heart. And so maybe before you bring this to your family, you do a little heart opening exercise. You roll your shoulders back, you breathe in, you place your hands on your heart, and you just love. And you just like really connect to how you love your children. And maybe just think about them when they were born. You know, it's easy to love a newborn. Real easy before they speak. Okay. The next and the last section is children. Okay. I put them last for a reason. These first 3 quadrants take up the most energy. And if they are in place and aligned, your children are taken care of. Everything else is cherry on top. So really connecting that if your health, which includes self-care, is check. Your joy and your fun, check. Relationships, check. Your children will benefit from all of that. I promise you. So I want you to, we'll do a little meditation to start. So I invite you to close your eyes, maybe take a sip of tea. And bring your arms in front of you as if you were holding a newborn. So place your palm inside your elbow and then rest your other hand under your elbow. And gently close your eyes. Let your face be heavy. And imagine your child or your children, if there's more than one at a time, resting in your arms. Remembering what it was like to look at them when they were so small. Maybe it was a long time ago. Maybe it was recently. And breathe in hope. Exhale possibility. Unconditional loving of this perfect baby. Maybe he or she was not a perfect baby, but remembering that love, that like new sparkle of joy that this being is a creation of love. And once you have that feeling in your body and a smile might come on your face, take your same arms and slip it on your body like to give yourself a hug, bringing your fingers onto your back. And then give yourself this hug, keeping your eyes closed. Slowly, gently touching your arms as you release the hug. Again, warm up your hands, creating heat. Gently covering your face, opening your eyelids, opening, smoothing out your eyebrows, coming back. And now with that love in your heart, I want you to write down how you want to feel in connection with your child this year. patient, kind, playful, lighthearted, abundant, beautiful, sweet, approving. Pick about 5 feelings or more if you have them. Pause if you need more time. And then after feelings, these are needs. What do you need in order to have these feelings? And I'll explain what I'm talking about if that doesn't make sense. What needs do you have that need to be happening in order for you to have the feelings that you want to feel in connection with your children in 2017? So, do you need emotional support, physical support, practical, mental, spiritual? What do you need to have in place in order to feel those things? Now, so I said 5 different categories: emotional, physical, practical, mental, and spiritual. So within that, you could, for now, maybe put 1 or 2 of what that looks like. So when I see physical support, I know I need a trainer. So that goes under there, right? Now, this is ideal. So don't be practical right now. So practical might mean I need a cleaning lady. I need my partner. I need the dad. I need the mom to help me with house chores. I need to have family meetings once a month. What do you need? And you don't even have to write those topics. You can do whatever suits you. But I find that if my mental health is in check, I'm apt to be more productive. If I'm meditating every day, my spirituality is in check mostly, I'm good. You're emotional. Like, do you have a journal? Do you have a sisterhood? Do you need to take a class? Do you need to go to a red tent? Do you need a men's club? Anything along those lines. What are your needs in order to feel what you want to feel with your children in 2017? So take a moment to do that. And let's see. Here's another map that I made. And so I call these maps because it's a guideline. But you can also, I one day felt like, what do I want to represent my other business where I work with women, Enchanted Embodiment. And the feelings I want to evoke, I put them all around as a frame. So that's one way. The other way, like I've been showing you, is this kind. Now, if you got a big giant paper, or maybe you have like a long paper, you can put a start, and then you can put a finish. You can make it like a game board. But what I want to say mostly is trust your experience. Trust that you're doing it exactly the right way for now, and that there's no right or wrong way, but it's really about it's just about getting it done. Get it done. Okay. So now you can pause this and fill in, make it beautiful, get your cool markers out, put some glitter all around. And at the end, when you're done, I'm going to do this with you. Bring your map out. Just look at it and breathe. Always breathe. And look at your map and see what came out of you. That the time you spend doing these things, which is reflecting or digesting, it actually matters. And there's something I want to invite you into doing with your children, and it's complimenting them. So I want the compliment game to be my extra special bonus tip. And with this map in front of you, I want you to think, like, when your children start to do the things, or you start to do the things that are on this map, I want you to acknowledge it out loud. I want you to appreciate yourself out loud, and for your children to appreciate, acknowledge, and compliment them out loud very specifically. So a lot of times parents are like, oh, you're such a good boy. Teachers do this too. Oh, you're such a good girl. Like, oh, you did so good. But if you want that specific behavior to repeat, you need to tell them very specifically what it is that you're complimenting them on. And bonus points for telling them how it impacts you. So, bring your hands to the map, and I'll give you some examples. Breathe in and exhale light. And visualize something your children doing, maybe sitting down at a meeting, maybe looking at you in the eyes and sharing their feelings. Maybe they're putting their shoes in the right spot. Picture a very specific moment of something you want for them to do in 2017, and or something you want to do in 2017. And really see how much detail you can see in this visualization. In what you're visualizing, can you see what clothes you're wearing? What your child is moving like? And then open your eyes. And I'm going to share with you a couple of different ways you can compliment your child. So one way is by saying, I see that you're putting your shoes in the right place. That makes me feel like you really care about your shoes. So you're giving them a specific compliment, and then you're telling them how it impacts you. Be careful, okay, to not give them a compliment because it makes you happy, because it makes you sad. That takes away a child's intrinsic motivation to do it because it's the right thing to do, not just to make you happy. Because that creates codependency, and it creates the sentence of, you make me feel angry. And that's not true. It's a choice. And raising your child consciously to make the choice and to own that they have these feelings, and not because I said so or because it makes mommy sad. Then it shows that mommy is depending on the child for her feelings. Not healthy. So, I'll give you some more examples because it's a tricky thing. Thank you for doing the dishes. It makes the house run smoother, which makes the family feel better to be in. So that was 3 parts. Basically, notice the action, right? I see you cleaned up after the dog. That makes me see you are responsible. I'm proud of you. You get it? So don't attach an emotion to what they're doing about yourself. Okay? So, and by emotion, I mean a feeling emotion. So you can be proud of them, but they're not making you proud. You're noticing they're doing this, boom. It makes you see that they are responsible, and then you feel proud. So it's 3 parts. Noticing the action, sharing the impact, sharing your feeling. Noticing, impact, feeling. Write it down, put it on a Post-it, maybe write it on the back of your map. It's not easy. Most of us weren't raised this way. It's like, clean up your bedroom so I can be happy. Clean up the dog poop. If you made a mess, I'm very angry. It's like, you want them to feel accountable. And if they're only doing it for you, it's putting strain on the relationship, and then it can turn to a power struggle. If you're the mother of a teen or of an adult child, power struggle sucks because it's so hard to unwind the years, but it's doable. Noticing, impact, feeling. I'll give you some more examples. I noticed you've been coming home at 10 o'clock when I asked. That makes me see that you're paying careful attention, and it makes me proud that you're listening to what I ask. I'm trying to think of different ages. I noticed you cleaned up your Legos. I'm impressed. It makes the living room look great, and I'm impressed. Oh, sorry, I put the feeling before. I'll do that one again. I noticed you cleaned up all the Legos. That makes the living room look really big. I feel proud that you're taking care of the living room. So everything has very many specifics on it. It's not just like happy, sad, good, bad. It's not really, it doesn't land with kids. They're just like, okay, cool, I'm a good boy. Who cares? So that's the big bonus tip. If you have any questions about that, I'd love to know, because I really try to be clear, and I'm so passionate about parent and child relationships that I really want you to make this work if you're interested. Okay. So I would love if you shared your family success maps, because I truly believe that if you give attention and time to something, it's going to be successful. It already is successful. So place your hands over your map and say the words, and so it is, and so it shall be. And that's it. You're done. Yay! We're actually close to, will be 45 minutes when we end this. So I want to really, really thank you for showing up for yourself, but also for your family. It's so important to get clear on what you want to create in 2017 and beyond. And so this could be a working document, maybe if you want to add things to it, but I really suggest hang it in a place you see it a lot. Hang it in your bedroom, on your refrigerator, in the bathroom, anywhere that you're constantly going, so that you can see, and then you can then you can assess if you had a successful year or not. You know, it's this epidemic of oh, it was a crappy year. But it's no, it isn't. If you're alive and you have a family and you have the internet and you have choices where you choose to learn. So really, really keeping your focus on what you want or even more is the healthiest way to be a parent these days, because there's so much information coming at everybody that it's built to not focus. So using this as your focus, if you meditate, you can meditate on it, look at it, read it, keep it alive. I want to thank you so much for showing up. My name is Shane Coleman. If you want to know more about the services I offer, you can look at yourbeautifulchild.com. I am so grateful you showed up. I wish you the best 2017. I wish you the easiest of transitioning into the new year. And I thank you. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.